What if the journey we've been exploring together is just the beginning? What if there are even more powerful tools for assessing your authentic self that go beyond what we've covered so far? And what if these advanced practices could transform not just your self awareness, but your entire approach to living? I'm Mark Roach, and welcome back to Transcendent. Throughout our Authenticity Breakthrough series, we've explored how to recognize performance patterns, access genuine presence through Meisner repetition, understanding neuroscience and authentic response, work with your human design, and integrate shadow aspects. Today, I want to give you a preview of where this journey can lead next, the advanced practices that go way deeper. My own journey didn't stop with these fundamental practices that we've explored so far here. Over the past 20 years, I've experimented with increasingly powerful approaches to transformation, some of which might seem a little extreme or unconventional, but have yielded profound insights that simply weren't accessible through more mainstream methods. One of the most powerful tools I've discovered is extended intermittent fasting, specifically eating only 2 days a week while fasting for 5. This isn't for everyone, and it isn't about physical health. It's about creating a radical shift in consciousness. When you fast for extended periods, something remarkable happens in your brain. The default mode network, responsible for your sense of self and narrative thinking, begins to function differently. The stories you tell about who you are temporarily suspend, creating a space for new insights and new perspectives emerge. During my fasting periods, I've experienced moments of clarity that simply weren't available in my normal state of consciousness. The consistent internal chatter quiets, and the deeper awareness emerges, one that aligns perfectly with Gurdjieff's concept of self-remembering and the authentic presence that we've been exploring. I remember on one particular 5-day fast where I suddenly saw with perfect clarity how my entire career had been shaped by a performance pattern I hadn't previously recognized. This wasn't an intellectual realization, it was a direct seeing, unmediated by my usual narrative thinking. That single insight led to a complete restructuring of my professional life, one that aligned more authentically with my human design as a generator. This experience taught me that some insights simply aren't accessible through conventional methods. The body needs to be brought into a different state for certain realizations to emerge. Beyond fasting, I've explored various breathwork exercises from Wim Hof's method to Stanislav Grof's holotropic breathwork that creates powerful shifts in consciousness through the simple act of changing your breathing pattern. These aren't just relaxation techniques, they're doorways to states of consciousness where the performing self temporarily dissolves, allowing access to deeper aspects of your being. When combined with specific body postures drawn from Shaolin martial arts and yoga, these practices create a comprehensive system for embodied transformation. What makes these so powerful is that they bypass the thinking mind entirely. You can't think your way into transformation. You have to experience it directly through the body. This aligns perfectly with Gurdjieff's emphasis on embodied awareness and Maurice Nicol's teachings on the necessity of direct experience. Another advanced practice I've explored is using method acting techniques, not just in formal workshops, but as experiments in daily life. Imagine consciously adopting different personas, changing your clothing, speech patterns, even hair color, and moving through the world to observe how people respond to you differently. This isn't about deception, but it's about research and experimenting, creating a laboratory for understanding how much of our social reality is constructed through performance and projection, biases and prejudices. When you present as a wealthy person in an affluent area, versus presenting as struggling in an impoverished neighborhood, you witness firsthand how others' projections can shape your experience. These experiments reveal something profound about how human interaction that Gurdjieff pointed out to most people are responding to you, but not most people are not responding to you, but to their projections. They're portraying those upon you. This understanding creates a radical freedom from social conditioning and the need for approval. In our human design episode, we explored the basics of type and authority, but there's a much deeper level of design work that reveals profound insights about relationships, career alignment, and life purpose. Understanding your profile, the specific archetypal role that you're designed to play, can transform how you approach your career and relationships. Recognizing your variable, which determines your optimal environment and cognition style, can help you create living and working conditions that support your authentic expression. Perhaps most powerful is understanding your incarnation cross, for example, the specific purpose encoded in your design. This isn't just about what you do, but the unique perspective that you bring to life. When you align with this purpose, life begins to flow in ways that feel both effortless and deeply meaningful. What makes all these advanced practices so powerful is how they integrate with the spiritual wisdom traditions that we've been exploring. Gurdjieff's teachings about that humans exist in a state of waking sleep becomes viscerally clear during extended fasting. Maurice Nicole's insights about the observing eye versus the mechanical personality are directly experienced through breath work, for example. Even Alan Watts' perspective on the Bible and spiritual texts takes on new meaning when experienced through these altered states of consciousness. You begin to realize that these teachings weren't necessarily meant to only be understood intellectually, but experienced directly, precisely what these advanced practices facilitate. In the coming months, I'll be sharing detailed guidance on these advanced practices. One of them is extended intermittent fasting, protocols that create shifts in consciousness while maintaining physical well-being. 2, specific breathwork sequences combined with posture work to access deeper states of awareness. 3, method acting experiments that you can conduct in daily life to understand social conditioning better. 4, advanced human design applications for relationships, career alignment, and life purpose. 5, cold exposure practices that create conscious shock and awaken presence. 6, sauna protocols combined with specific workout patterns to accelerate physical and psychological transformation. 7, journaling methods that track the emergence of different eyes or characters in your awareness. These aren't practices to jump into without some preparation. The foundation work that we've covered in Authenticity Breakthrough in this series creates the awareness and stability needed to benefit from these more intensive approaches. What I'm describing isn't a path for everyone. These advanced practices require commitment, maybe some courage, and a genuine desire for transformation beyond conventional boundaries. They're for those who've recognized that standard approaches to personal development often stop short of genuine breakthrough. If you've resonated with our journey so far and feel called to go deeper, I invite you to subscribe and stay connected as we explore these advanced territories together. In the comments, please let me know which of these practices most intrigues you, or if there are specific aspects you'd like me to address first. Remember, the path to transcendence isn't about accumulating more knowledge. It's about direct experience that transforms your relationship with yourself and the world. These advanced practices offer doorways to experiences that words alone cannot convey. Until next time, I'm Mark Roach, wishing you the courage to venture beyond conventional boundaries in your journey toward authentic presence.